The next clip we are going to be gluing and taping boxes together. And before we start, you're probably wondering what size boxes I'm using. And it doesn't really matter. I don't want you to get hung up on sizes because we can alter sizes very easily. This is almost 12 inches wide and almost 10 inches tall. And you can see I've already altered the size of this one by adding a box in the back and then making a hole in the box, so it's quite a bit deeper. If you're following a scale, which I don't, I never follow a scale, I just go, everything is done by eye. If you're following the 1/12 scale, a 10-inch tall box, every inch equals a foot, so that would be 10-foot ceilings, so that's pretty tall. Mine are actually going to be losing quite a bit of the height once I add the material, because I'm putting lights in here as well once I get my lights, and so I'm going to be covering those lights. So the ceiling's going to drop down quite a bit in the front. So depending on what size boxes you have, you can alter the size very easily using foil and more cardboard as well. Hi guys, I just finished filming the introduction for this series, and now I'm backtracking a little bit. This is part 1, and this is where you're going to be putting your boxes together. And you don't have to put your boxes together like I have, but the heads up if you do, like you can see, here's one box at the bottom, and I put one kind of wonky off the side there, and then this is one box. This is something I built on after. Then I put 2 boxes on top of this one, and each end kind of hangs off the edge of this box here, which works great, and I like the look of that. But if I could do it over again, I would put cardboard in between these levels, so the cardboard would come out and hold this corner up. You see what I mean? So you would have more of a stable floor underneath there. Otherwise, it'll start dropping down in the corners, which I've found out now. This doesn't bother me. You can see a little bit of a droop there. That doesn't bother me because I'm going to be having bark here, and that's going to be hiding that. But for those of you who really want to have straight floors, I would suggest putting cardboard stabilizers in between the levels of your boxes. So what I'm done here, and this again won't be something that you guys are doing, I'm sure, but just so you know what I'm doing, I've added cardboard to the walls because should I ever move, I will need to take this down, and this will be easier to work all the material into the cardboard, and then I can just cut it away from the wall, and hopefully it'll all come off in one piece, and I'll have one solid tree if I do move, and then I can build it up again into a new house. So I was just trying out these boxes, and I'm still not sure how I'm going to use these boxes yet. Alright, I've decided to keep the boxes as is, and just the way they're sitting there as well. So what I've done is I started at the top, and I just put hot glue in between the box. But this is where I'm going to tell you, when you're putting something together, don't use hot glue as the only thing that holds the thing together, because if your piece is sitting in a window and there's sun hitting it, or it's sitting beside a fireplace, it will fall apart. The glue's going to melt. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to masking tape them all together. Alright guys, I'm going to attach another box to this set. So I just wanted to show you, this is how I've been attaching them. So I'm going to add hot glue, just randomly like that. And this is just an extra set of hands like I told you. So that's just going to hold it in place for me. Now I can masking tape the edges. So once all of the tin foil is glued on, and then masking tape over top of that, it becomes one solid piece. So everything that I'm doing now is just like a building block. I'm just building up the stability of the pieces. Okay guys, remember when I said I might remove the back of the box because I don't really like the depth. Not very deep. So I did that, and while I was cutting out the back, these sides here started caving in. So I had to add some cardboard stabilizers, and I'll probably add another one there as well. But like I said, once the material gets on there, like the tin foil and the masking tape and the bark, that's going to become very solid. So I'm not worried about that. But just to keep it from collapsing, just make sure if you do the same thing that you have something there that's going to hold the box up. Okay, so I removed the back, and now I have the same size box. These are coffee boxes that I've been saving. So this is the box, and I removed the flaps. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this in the back. Oh, I need another pair of hands. That would be wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the back. I'm going to masking tape all of that together. And I'm able to do this too because my boxes are not sitting straight up and down. So I have something for this box to sit on in the back there. But look at that now. I have double the depth. And I can do so much more with it. Look at my fingernails. I am so sorry about that. That is my painted walls. I never did stop and show you. That is the second coat. I got 2 coats on now. And that's the background. I still have things to do with this wall, but there we go. Anyway, now I have something really awesome I can work with. I like that depth there. Alright guys, this is the back of the boxes. Now there's the box I was just talking about in the last clip. I just attached it. You see now it's one big deep box there. And I just put it together and ran masking tape around the edges. Alright, so I'm just going to be putting in some more masking tape. This is how I work. Underneath, inside my gnome home, I think there's probably 75,000 miles of tape. I'm pretty sure of it. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that this is very stuck together. So I'm going to run it on the inside. I'm going to come out all the way out the outside. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time. You'll also notice in my work that there's no straight lines. I haven't worried about making sure all the lines are straight. I just don't worry about that. I don't use a ruler or anything like that on most things. Some things I do, but most things like making a base like this I don't, because it's all going to get another layer of, I keep talking about it, but it's going to get another layer of tin foil. And that's going to be covering up all these edges. So it doesn't matter to me that the edges are all wonky looking. I'm a wonky worker, and I like it that way. Okay, I'm adding one more box in the back, and I've cut out a little doorway here. And then I remembered I should mention this. I talk about not measuring anything. I measured piece to fit in here and in there. You see those in between the box? Just to level out the wall. So that will be glued in place, and then I'll put masking tape over the seams. And I'm going to be doing that for all the boxes. And if you don't want to do it that way, you can cut a piece of cardboard before you put the boxes together. Cut a piece of cardboard for the back wall and just glue the entire thing in. Alright guys, I got the other box in place. So behind here, it's all attached from the inside. And you'll notice that it's not right behind this big box, it's behind both the little box and the bigger box. So behind here is nothing. And what I was thinking of doing is adding a staircase. Before I add in any foil, I want to cut a place for the staircase, and I'm not too sure exactly where I'm going to put it. I'm thinking start the staircase here, so there'll be an opening here, staircase, and then coming up behind and coming out this way. Alright guys, we're going to end the video here, and you can see I have stairs here, so I decided on where they were going. So in the next video I will show you how to build the stairs if you're interested in building stairs like I have. I've built these out of foil. So foil, masking tape, and then paper towel, and then I stain them with instant coffee. You do not need to do it the way I've done it, and this is just for people who are like me, who lack carpentry skills. Building with foil works well with my brain, and I'm able to shape it as I go along, and I don't have to worry about measuring things and all that. Alright, so if you're interested in building the stairs as I have here, then you can head over to the next part, which should be popping up on your screen right about now. Or look in the description box, it'll be video part 2.